Five-time Pro Bowl tackle, 12 seasons for the Saints and Dolphins, host of The Set with Teestead. I mean, Terron, you come on the show and both these teams win. It happened again. Look at this.
What's going on, Kay? How you doing?
I'm so good. How was your Christmas, New Year's? Good?
Great.
Excited?
It was great. How about you?
It was
yeah,
fine.
for sure.
It was fine. I'm ready for 2026. But before we get there, we got to talk about last night's game. Why is Atlanta crushing on Monday Night Football? The Bills, now the Rams. Why couldn't they be doing this week 2 on? We'd have a totally different NFC.
Yeah, it's just classic Falcons. Just so up and down, so inconsistent all year. They have beat some good teams throughout the year, but then we'll get blew out by a team that you wouldn't expect. So I said it before the game on my show, actually, on the set. I talked about we don't know which Falcons team would show up, and this one that did spoiled it for the Rams. And Matt Stafford.
Yeah. You, by the way, great in Monday Night Football in your career. 7-3. Why is that?
Preparation. You know, spending a lot of those opportunities with Sean Payton in New Orleans. Really good teams. Always well prepared. Our quarterback wasn't bad either, so always had a chance to win with that guy.
Sean's birthday was yesterday. What a gift he got from the Chargers. What did you make of that? They're resting Justin Herbert, which is gifting the Broncos a 1 seed, and then they, of course, they were in play for the 5, 6, 7. They're very likely to have to go to New England and face the Patriots. What do you make of Jim's decision there?
This is news to me, Kay. I didn't even know that yet. So yeah, that's significant. That's significant. I felt like the Broncos were preparing to have a real showdown, the battle for the 1 seed. So now that definitely changes the dynamic. So they should be able to secure the 1 seed, and it puts Denver in position for a Super Bowl ticket. I think going to Mile High City in the playoffs with that crowd, with that altitude, will make them extremely difficult to beat in the playoffs.
Do you think they're doing the right thing, the Chargers? Online, it's, of course, his hands hurt, pass rush, Sean's going to crush him, the O-line stuff with the Chargers, but they still have something to play for. I don't consider it super meaningless. The 5 seed would play the AFC North winner, the 7 seed plays the Patriots or the Jags who did their thing against the Chargers already. What do you think? Do you think it's the right move to sit everybody?
Yeah. I think the goal isn't to win Week 18. You know, it's to win Wild Card Weekend. So whoever they face, I believe they feel confident that they can get the job done. But it'll take a healthy Justin Herbert to do so. So I definitely understand the move, and you're looking forward to the future playoff matchup. You want your guy to be healthy.
Elsewhere in the AFC, if you take a look at this, it's up for grabs. Mike Florio of NBC Sports said it's a shade under 50-50 that Lamar Jackson plays. Let's think about this, Terron. Whose absence would have a bigger impact, Lamar or DK?
Lamar, for sure. No question, Lamar. What the Ravens were able to do last week, Tyler Huntley, shout out to Snoop, Derrick Henry, if they can continue that same recipe, they're going to be dangerous. If the Ravens get into the playoffs, like as talented as their roster is, but has performed underwhelmingly, we've seen all year. But who wants to play Lamar Jackson in the playoffs? Like nobody. No, you don't know what you're going to get, and I don't think anybody want to open that box.
I mean, it sounds like you're saying the Broncos would like to play them. The Broncos going to the Super Bowl?
Broncos get the number 1 seed. I got them going to the Super Bowl in the AFC.
Let's take a look. Can we take a look, Derek, at the AFC? I'm trying to think all these things up for grabs. Of course, Ravens in the hunt. Lamar Jackson takes care of business against the Steelers. I'd like to, for those fans who want to see the Steelers advance here, and obviously do their thing, how do they do this without DK, in your mastermind opinion? What can they do?
Get back to the running game. That's when even with Rodgers, the success he's had over the last several weeks before this past week, it was definitely run game heavy, run game focused, and it opens up a lot more in the passing game. So if they can get the run game going and can utilize their play action game, Rodgers is still magnificent at throwing in tight windows coming off of play action. So in my opinion, that will be their offensive approach.
Looking at the NFC, I was just talking about, obviously, the Rams. You were just talking about the Falcons and what they were able to do. The MVP odds changed. Let's go back up to 2, guys. Thank you. Why are we shaking our head?
Matt Stafford hurt me yesterday.
What do you mean?
Fantasy championship.
Oh, 3 picks.
I had Matt Stafford. The guy I was going against had Bijan Robinson. So you figure out how that championship went.
Not well, but I'm looking at just like I think we have the MVP odds. Can we flash them? There we go. Awesome. Thank you so much. They're the 6th seed now, the Rams. Is Stafford the MVP? Like, this is kind of wild what's happening here. Minus 475 is crazy, Terron.
Yeah. No, I think it's almost impossible to go against Drake May. Now, what Stafford had over him was stats. He had passing yards. He had the least amount of interceptions, 40 touchdowns. But now that after yesterday's game, that dynamic has changed drastically, and now you have to add in the fact that Drake May, those guys are 13-3. You know, number 2 seed. Yeah, it's kind of hard to go against them.
Pat's AFC East champs, which is insane. They'll be the 2 seed if they win against your Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins win big.
You think so?
I think so. I think the Dolphins will get a chance to continue what they've been trying to do and running the ball. Devon Achane has been incredible all year. Jalen Wright coming into the mix as well. Quinn Ewers looked good last week. Looked good. He was decisive. He executed really well. Was his anticipation and accuracy was on point. I think they can go in and steal a win.
I want to ask you about your boy Cam Jordan. By the way, I mean, your Saints are not getting talked about enough. 4 straight.
No, they're not.
Tyler looks great. Your thoughts on this? I said yesterday that it might be the most exciting team with the best offseason, just given all these all the excitement. They've got their quarterback. Do you agree?
I believe so. I feel strongly about Tyler Shough, what he's been able to do. He's creating, he's making plays, he's pushing the ball down the field. He's way faster than I ever thought he would be. So much room to grow in his process, diagnosing the defense at the line, making quicker decisions. And then when you add in the weapons that he's going to be playing with when you get Alvin Kamara back, Vele back, and all these other pieces, Eric McCoy, Cesar Ruiz on the O-line. Like, he's playing with wide receiver 5, 6, O-lineman 7, 8, you know what I mean? And he's still been able to orchestrate the offense, go down, score points, and win games. So definitely excited, bright future for the New Orleans Saints. You
know who else is excited? $600,000 bonus for our guy Cam Jordan.
Sheesh. Cam owe me some money.
Yeah? How much
I don't
does
even
he
know
owe
why,
you?
but I'm not even sure, but I think he owed me something.
How much do you think he should write you a check for? I agree.
I think Cam should donate a check to the set, $10K.
$10K?
$10K to the set, yeah.
Yeah, a replay review gave him his 9 sack. You speak well of him. He was talking absolute trash about me on Twitter. He called me short. No, he was. He did. He called, and I was like, so I think he owes me 20 sacks. So I'd like that. Yeah, I'm just trying to have a good New Year. I'm going skiing. Those ski lift tickets, Cam, are pretty expensive. You need to, distribute here. So I saw this, and I also saw that he's a free agent. What do you think he's feeling going into this game?
He's feeling like a Saint. He'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Why is that such an easy? You left. Why is that such an easy thing for you to say that?
He's still playing at a really high level. You know, the production is there, the leadership is there. Cam is like Drew. Me too. Like, I'm a Saint for life, no question about it. My situation was different. With Cam, it's no way he gets out of the building. 130 sacks, first ballot Hall of Famer. He is the Saints. Like, he is the face that you have to have in that organization. It just makes too much sense.
Would you have liked to have stayed a Saint the whole time?
That was the goal, especially when I first got to New Orleans. I wanted to be one-stop shop, be in the same place my entire career. But it was a lot. My off season when I became an unrestricted free agent, it was a lot of movement going on. Sean Payton left, retired. It just was a lot. It was a lot going on and a lot of uncertainty in New Orleans. They were trying to figure out the quarterback situation. Deshaun Watson was potentially the guy, and then that changed. So I had to do what I had to do business-wise.
The cap situation was crazy. That's, I feel like, what was your story.
Yeah, cap situation was crazy. I think we could have made the money work. Just more so just the situation in its totality was just a lot of unknowns. And answers that they didn't have at the time. I didn't want to keep other teams waiting as I was having conversations. And Miami was perfect fit. Frank Smith going over there. He's the offensive coordinator, and Mike being in his first year. Then we traded for Tyreek Hill like 2 days after the day after I signed. So it was great.
Speaking of the Saints, the Hall of Fame finalists announced this morning. Anybody stick out on here to you?
Oh, for sure. Let's go. Yeah. Drew Breezy, Jari Evans. Shout out to GOAT. Jari Evans, right guard. Monster.
What do you think?
This class is insane. Yeah.
If you had to pick one person on this list who absolutely slam dunk has to be in, who is it?
Jari Evans.
I'd like to hear your case.
7-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, All-Decade team, All-Century team, whatever team he's on it. He did it. He was the best player on the best offense. Well, outside of Drew Brees, the best player on the best offense for many, many years. Just an incredible player, super underappreciated, undervalued by the masses. But if you guys got a chance to watch some Jari Evans film and you go and reflect on his career, he's a Hall of Famer.
Love hearing it. We're going to get that out there. I'm sure Saints fans will love it. Drew Brees is going to be like, yo, what about me?
But that's not even a part of the discussion. Like,
what do you mean? He doesn't need you to make his case?
No case made. No, just give my dog his jacket. Fit it.
Just it's been fitted. It's been fitted.
For sure.
I want to ask you about the Dolphins because Tua, you love, you're honest, you've been there, former teammate. Where would you like to see him in 2026?
That's almost impossible to say, Kay. It is. It can be in Miami. It can be, I don't know. I really don't. It's a lot that needs to be unpacked in Miami. And they have some answers and conversations that need to be had. And yeah, I don't think we can even.
Terron, that is. I didn't ask you what's happening. I said, where would you like to see your friend, former teammate Tua in 2026?
It's impossible for me to say. I can't even speculate. I haven't put him on any team. Like, it's impossible to say at this point.
Okay. Well, there's some Lamar Jackson rumors swirling. Would you like to see Lamar in Miami? What would that look like?
I think Harbaugh shut those down, which you never know with that. I know Lamar. I talked to Lamar before years ago, and he's always been a Miami Dolphins fan just because that's where he came from. So him down in Miami would be incredible. He'll be home, so he will be received extremely well. But I don't see the Ravens at no point letting Lamar get out of Baltimore. It makes zero sense to me.
He just signed his 5-year, $52.5 million deal in early 2023. $74.5 million cap in 2027. I don't really care about these numbers. Yeah, it would be very weird, but he has said he'd love. I mean, Florida is his thing, which you mentioned, which would be interesting. Yeah. Last quick one for you. Your top 5 list for Protective of the Year award. Here it is. How about Darnell Wright at number 1? Yeah. What separates him? What is unique to him versus all of these guys?
A lot of times in Olama, you got guys that specialize in one part of the game, pass pro or run game. It's rare when you got somebody that's like dominant in both. And Darnell has stepped up his game to where we can use that word. He's been dominant in both. He's faced T.J. Watt, Micah Parsons, Brian Burns, Myles Garrett. Like he's seen the monsters, and he has showed that he is one of these monsters. The step that he's taken in his game should not be undervalued, should not be overlooked. He's been incredible. So I got Darnell Wright as my top protector of the year.
We got Brewer, Trent Williams, of course. The Niners been doing their thing without him. Deion Dawkins, a fan favorite, and Garrett Bowles on those Broncos who you love. Terron, we love you. Have a happy new year with your family. Everybody go subscribe to The Set with T-Stead on YouTube. Appreciate you, my friend.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
I like how excited you are about Jari as well.